Welcome to session 5, and what a great program we've had so far today, and I hope you've learned some things, because I know I have. Coming right up after this session, you're going to have an opportunity to interact with our vendors today, but before that, I would like to introduce our next speaker, Diana Dukas, Policy Program Manager of Economic Impact at Facebook. So Diana, I turn it to you.
Hi, thank you so much. It's wonderful to see everyone here, and thank you for allowing me to join you on this very productive Saturday that I've heard the panels are going incredibly well. So thank you for allowing here, and thank you for allowing Facebook to be part of the OneEastside community. We certainly consider ourselves a Washington business having a home based in Washington State. And so just thank you for allowing us to be a part of the community. And I'm really glad to be here. We are the best way of saying this, I think, is that Facebook is a way for people and businesses to connect to one another. It's an era, and we've been in this era of social distancing and vanishing storefronts, limited foot traffic, and people and businesses we saw turn to digital platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp to survive the pandemic. We knew from the beginning that small businesses were going to be hit hard. I don't know that anyone would have expected exactly the toll that it would have taken, but then also the opportunities that this expedited transition from offline to online could have provided. We know that small businesses, again, have been hit hard by the pandemic and the crisis, and as a company, we have consistently been investing in the health and growth of the small business community for over a decade. We certainly consider it our responsibility to ensure that our products, we provide free tools, and the resources that we provide could have provided and still do provide this lifeline and offer opportunities for growth. Small businesses from all sizes have harnessed the power of social media to connect with fellow business owners, to their own communities, to their audiences. And we're really proud of that work. And we're really proud to, again, work with OneEastside in the community to continue making sure that our resources get to the intended audiences. I would say that over the last 2 years, we've prioritized really developing tools to make it easier for small businesses to transition online. Again, we saw this expedited transition from offline to online, or if you had, more of just a simple, your first introduction to digital platforms and social media, we saw a dramatic shift to more sophisticated or comfortable online presence. And so to make that transition, especially for those looking to conduct commerce online, we really tried to build new products and tools to make that easier. So we created Facebook and Instagram shops, paid online events, business suite that allows for seamless messaging across the apps, and many, many more products. And we still continue to iterate on those to make it easier for you as a small business owner. We've seen an increase in small businesses and businesses in general using our personalized advertising tools, which really allow for a business to target their specific audience. It allows them to spend their marketing dollars efficiently and economically, knowing exactly how to best communicate with their intended audience. And what we've seen is that it has also allowed for businesses to really expand their network. And so whether it's been their consumer base, and so whether it's been you've had a physical storefront, and you were concerned most of who was coming in across the street, maybe across the city, by that transition online, you've also been able to potentially sell to across the state, across the country, and maybe even across the globe. And we really want to help make sure that it's easy to do that. So, however, because we know that the business owners, especially small business owners, have less time, some have limited means, and sometimes don't always just have a marketing advisor at their fingertips, we really wanted to make it as easy as possible to help in that necessary transition from offline to online, to have that more of a prominent online presence. So we've made it a priority to engage with the vast training network that we've had and built, and really have made it a priority to meet businesses where they are. And that's in terms of accessibility, location, and skill. And so one of the ways that we've looked to doing that is that we've worked with advocacy organizations across the country and top entrepreneurs to really help inform us on what our business community needs to see from us and make sure that we are providing with the latest tips and tools and trainings to make sure to succeed in today's digital world. We have certainly increased on our side and really increased the investment in people and time, resources, really, again, to provide free educational resources, marketing curriculum. We immediately created a small business hub to kind of be this one-stop shop for businesses as they were looking to figure out how to make that transition online, how they were going to reach their customers, and how to use the tools that Facebook has, maximize them, I should say, and really look to tailor their specific needs. So these are things that we've been focused on for the last 2 years. We've created small business guides that I hope we'll be able to circulate at some point to your organization, because it allows, again, just kind of a one-stop shop to take you through what is a Facebook page, what is an Instagram story, all the way to how do you best use the marketing curriculum, or also these e-commerce experiences like Facebook and Instagram shops. And I would say we're not stopping there. We can't rest on our laurels. The investment in resources and educational trainings is something that we've long been committed to. We're going to continue to do that, and especially as the holiday season is upon us. We're bringing back more trainings, especially because to be more focused around the holidays, because as you all know, most small businesses would say that 25% of their annual income and revenue comes in these last 3 months of the year. And so be on the lookout for announcements from us as we look into the holiday season to really make sure that not only can you maximize and capitalize on the opportunities for the holidays, but that you're doing it with ease, with comfort, and you feel prepared to do so, and maybe try out a couple of new things. And one thing I do want to say, and I think we all would agree here, is that of course the pandemic has affected everyone, but we know that it didn't affect everyone equally. So in recognizing that this last year, the last 2 years, and really looking at the persistent challenges that disadvantaged communities such as Black and Latinx owned businesses have faced, we really wanted to dig deep even a little bit more and create additional opportunities for these communities and for us to work hand in hand with them. So we had last year created a goal of reaching 1 million Black and 1 million Latinx entrepreneurs through our Elevate program, which is a really dedicated program to Black and Latinx small business owners. It combines mentorship and more tailored training. I really recommend those of you in the audience who would find this relevant to visit our Elevate site. There's a lot of really exciting programming and thought leadership, and again, building a community that really works together. But I have to say, we are very proud that within a year, we actually met that goal. And last year, we also launched something called Buy Black Friday, which was really kind of using the opportunity of Black Friday to emphasize the importance of shopping with entrepreneurs, Black small business entrepreneurs. And so we are looking to continue that and really come out with gusto this holiday season around that. And the program was so successful. We worked with the U.S. Black Chambers on developing that program, and we look forward to continuing working with them in the events to come. And so as we're talking about this, and I'm giving you all of these, hopefully what you find are opportunities and information that you find useful, that you can go and search our small business resource hub and our guides and Buy Black Friday and participate in those. We can't just stop and say, okay, we've done this, that's it. That's certainly not in our nature, but we know that there's an ongoing, certainly transition out of the pandemic, but far and beyond, and allowing small businesses to really experience the boom and opportunities that could be right there in front of you. So to get to that point, we continue to have conversations around what the small business community needs and the support that they want to see from us. And one of the programs that we developed, and we actually just announced earlier this month, and we're looking forward to it launching on actually next Friday, the 1st, is addressing a pain point for many of you who are suppliers may know all too well. And that's repayment. You do the work, then you have to wait the 60, 90, 120 days to receive the payment from the invoice that you've done. And that can really be a significant pain point for you. That can be the decision maker between taking on a new project, hiring someone new, making sure you're managing your OpEx. Really, we know that this is a really big challenge. And the head of our supplier diversity program has seen this for quite some time. And so he saw the need and saw our opportunity and ability to help kind of solve for this in the best way that we can. And so we created something called Facebook Invoice Fast Track. And what that is that we launched a pilot program to help suppliers get paid more quickly. And again, we're about to launch this more broadly on October 1st. But essentially what it does, it allows for Facebook to purchase invoices from diverse suppliers for a low fixed fee. The fee covers just the cost of the transaction. We don't make any money off of this, but we really hope that this will be a sustainable program where suppliers, once they get paid back, they pay into the fund, and that money goes back out, so the supplier, they can get paid immediately. They can use the money to pay the bills, the rent, their employees, and then we just hope that we consistently see a positive impact in liquidity and quick access to that liquidity from small business or for small businesses. And so we are partnering with 6 organizations who represent diverse-owned businesses, and we're really looking forward to this program reaching what we hope is at least 35,000 small businesses across the country. And then another program that we actually just launched is a new funding portal. So again, with Facebook being able to be this connecting platform, we wanted to again bring capital opportunities to the business community. And so what we have built is a funding portal to share information and guidance on where and how to apply for small business grants or loan opportunities. So really, kind of surfacing loan opportunities or grant opportunities that a business may not know about, whether it's working with your CDFI or your local organization has a grant program. Really trying to harness our ability to bring together information in one-stop shop for small businesses to really understand where additional sources of capital could be. Our initial funding partners that were part of their mission-driven organizations, and they're really focused on providing opportunities for underserved communities, and that again, as I mentioned, often face systemic barriers to that access to capital. So if anyone's interested in that, business page admins can access the experience through Facebook, and you can access it by clicking on business resources and small business funding. And those are the things that we're working on today. What I love about this partnership with you all is that this isn't the beginning, this is just the beginning, or, the kind of the next step in the relationship of understanding how we as Facebook can show up for the community and make sure that we're thinking about new products, that we're thinking about new resources, and really kind of making sure that we're addressing the needs of the small business community, because what we care about. And that's, we find that an honor that so many use the platform, and we want to make sure that you're supported in doing so. And so with that, I just want to say thank you again for allowing me to be here. Thank you for the partnership, and I will pass it over to whoever's next.
That would be me. Well, thank you, Diana, for being here today. Thank you for Facebook's sponsorship for this event, but I think most importantly, thank you for your support and Facebook's support of small business, because they truly are the fabric of our economy. And coming all together to support our small businesses is truly critical at this time. So thank you again. So now, next, to review our afternoon program and vendor fair, I'd like to introduce Judith Paquette, professor with Bellevue College and one of our leads for the Innovation Lab program. Judith, I hand it off to you.
Thank you, Kristen, and thank you, Diana. Leslie and I are going to be wrapping this up before we launch you into the vendor fair. We've heard an amazing lineup of speakers from hotshot CEOs to emerging women-owned businesses, as well as understanding how to set up a profile in Google My Business and the many resources that Facebook has for small business. As you get ready to go to the vendor fair, we want to show you some additional resources. Don't go now, but after session 5, we want you to go back into the lobby. And if you can't see these booths, just click on all or click on text chat here. And we want you to go into the Boost information booth. And we have important materials for you there. So you're going to go into the booth. You'll see this. Go to the bottom and click on See More. And you'll get a whole list of resources. And there will be more resources after the conference because you'll get access to the videos of the 5 sessions as well as PowerPoints. We want you to, this is our agenda for today. The checkoff list for vendor fair is going to be helpful for you today or later. And we want you to maybe print that, download that, and print it out. In that checkoff list, we've got sample questions for you to ask or consider as you consider different vendors and partners in your web journey. There are other partners here today. We've got lots of questions about web design or digital marketing specialists, and you can save this for later if you want to follow up with any of these vendors and have a longer session. There are also some beginner and intermediate checkoff lists to help you decide what you need in terms of going to the next level in your web presence. These would be good for you to review after today. The Boost website will be live for about a month after today, and you can return and view the session videos and all of these documents. Finally, here are Juan Ulloa's videos and also another document for notes and homework for you after this workshop as you consider your web presence. Juan provided these pragmatic videos so that you can understand the steps involved in creating and improving your web presence. As you consider DIY, do-it-yourself solutions for web designs, or whether you want to hire a specialist, you have a lot of work to do to tell your story with your words, your pictures, your videos, your blogs. Of course, you can use stock photos, and they can be helpful at times, but really telling your story involves your own pictures. You're defining your brand, and whether you are a beginner with no website or an intermediate with a website that you want to expand, these are Juan's questions for you to consider as you get started. Again, don't look at these today. These are follow-up materials for you. I'm going to turn it over to Leslie, who's going to talk more about Innovation Lab.
So if you want to take it to the next level, we encourage you to apply to join Innovations Labs. I think we've heard some of our speakers in the Emerging Leader session talk. All 3 of them were actually in the pilot class of Innovation Labs, and it's running from October 9th to 28th. We're fortunate that we have the curriculum from the UW Foster School that I had the honor of developing with Thad Spratman. And it's not just knowledge that entrepreneurs need, they also need motivation, skills, and action to realize their goals. Innovation Lab works on the entire package, right, with a 14-hour curriculum over 2 Saturdays and 2 Thursdays. Next slide, Judith. Innovation Lab ran for the first time in fall 2020, and we were heartened by the success that we had. 100% of the businesses that participated were BIPOC businesses, and 70% were women. And this actually reflects the new business applications that are streaming into all the cities now where people are starting new businesses. We met entirely via Zoom and brought in expert advisors, Juan Ulloa, who did all our web handouts and so forth. It was one of the people we brought in to speak, and he actually did a couple of web makeovers with our class. And they tailored, like Juan, all the other speakers tailored their speeches to the needs of the businesses. One of the best features of Innovation Lab were the excellent mentors. And some of whom continued, as you heard Jessica Kravitz say, continued to meet with the business owners much longer than the Innovation Lab term. So we were really happy to see those relationships develop. Next slide. So you can see 3 of our emerging business owners here with their testimonials, and also 2 others. It was really amazing when we did follow up that they increased sales anywhere from 30% to 150%. From the concepts and ideas and working together and mentorship and all that the Innovation Lab provided to business owners. We were actually quite surprised at how beneficial it was. But I think this is the right time and the right place for business owners to come and really thrive in a new environment. And it really includes that very strong digital strategy. So next slide. So tuition for this class is generously funded by Startup 425. In addition, business owners who successfully complete an Innovation Lab will be given assistance in finding access to funding by our partner, Business Impact Northwest, which is a community development financial institution. We're really excited to be working in this partnership. If you have any questions, please drop by the Innovation Lab information booth that will be part of the vendor fair, and you can get more information. You can also click on this link or use the QR codes to get more information about what it's all about. So that concludes our presentation for today. So, please take the opportunity to join the vendor fair and learn more from the partners who are present today.
Yes, we'll see you at the vendor fair. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.